Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome back to Let's Play Blair Witch. This is episode 5. So last time, we followed Carver's instructions to get through a very foggy area of the woods that was full of the tree monsters. And then he wanted us to kill Bullet to complete our own little totem like this. And when Ellis refused, it seems like they lured Bullet into a ravine where he broke his legs, I guess? And when we refused to let him go, they just took him away. It's implied that he died, but since they didn't actually show us, him dead, they just showed his collar sitting on a thing, I think he's probably not dead. I guess we'll maybe find out in the ending. Anyway, here's Rustin Parr's house, where the Blair Witch movies end. Or at least, the first and the sequel. So I don't know how long this episode's gonna be. Probably not too long. Unless we get zooped away to some mind space.
No going back, Ellis. There never was.
Aha!
Let's get this over with.
Something we probably should have done at some point much earlier. Now we have a flashlight and a camera. Okay, so we have white marks. I feel like I've never really had a good idea of when this house is supposed to be from. I thought Rustin Parr was like Civil War era, but parts of this house look more modern. Though it's probably because, it was an actual
locked
ruined house they used in the original.
Won't budge.
So I guess we're supposed to follow these markings. For a second there, I actually thought that we were going to lose the camera and the flashlight. It was just going to be like, nope, these don't work here. And we were just going to have to fucking stumble around in the dark. Which wouldn't have been very interesting. I thought that was a hand. It's also funny because there's nothing specifically spooky about this house. It's just a crusty, kind of empty house. Very unassuming for its kind of penultimate appearance. If only we had Bullet here, we could find out whose baseball this was. Presumably it's Peter's. He's supposed to be here somewhere. We did see a tape of Carver leaving him here in a closet. Yep. Last session with patient. He is leaving Burkittsville. In his own words, he feels he is able to move on. I am glad about this, less glad about the how. He'll be enlisting in the military service as his father, a colonel, convinced him to join. Worried about what effect this environment will have on his sensitive psyche. The stress and trauma of active duty might completely displace his childhood trauma with the woods. Okay, so this is Ellis, and he did have some connection to the woods. The same trauma that he already seems to have forgotten. However, I'm afraid the woods will never leave him. No matter what occurs, it will remain beneath. The formative experience that made him who he is today. It also explains why he has, woods fear when Bullet was away from us. So something happened to him as a kid. I would assume one of his friends was taken by the woods. I think that's what I remember from the documents. And then he left. So he left Burkittsville to join the military, then came back and became a police officer in Burkittsville, then left again? Okay, I do remember the handprints. Those were a thing in the movie. At least one of them.
Locked. There's got to be a key somewhere.
We could be like, hey Peter, are you in there? Or should we bother trying to get in this closet? Also, there's no way you couldn't just kick that door down if it's all rotten like that. flashlight has become increasingly ineffective in here. Either that or there's some rooms where they just soak up the darkness or the light to make it spookier. Well, there doesn't seem to actually be anything up here. Oh, there's this other room. I think this room is where the witch appears as the girl from the first movie. It's a key. You can barely tell, but it's a key. We left that phosphorant paint on it. Now, is this a closet? I guess this is just the basement door, isn't it? It kind of just looks like a closet under the stairs. It's a weird place to put the other staircase. Yep, into the spooky basement. I still have a feeling we're going to have like a flashback or something before we actually hit the end. Alright, so we go down here. Why is there so many, like, food cans in here? Is that just like hobo Carver living in here?
How did I end up back here?
I mean, I thought I was following the markings. Well, that was a new one.
That one was different. The light just made it angry.
See? Even Ellis noticed.
Come on, work.
Well, I guess we just have to follow these through this, like, spooky carnival ride house. Oh no, there's actually no more markings here. Let's see, look along the wall. There's some faint one. Oh, where is that? It's not the basement, is it? It's like at the... Oh. I guess we have to go all the way around here. Yep, there's a little bit of marks on the ground. Where would that be? That would be like back there. Nope. I had it for a second, but I lost it. Spooky door wasn't there before. But it's locked. Sorry, come back later. Okay, well, there's that trail. Yeah, alright. Just gonna climb into the wall. There is a tape there. Okay, this one does not autoplay, so I can actually just do that. I guess they still haven't patched that, whatever causes that to happen. Okay. Spooky basement with chairs just hanging from the ceiling. Well, that's what we want. The wall to be Well, I guess maybe that collapsing wall is useful for something else, but for the moment, we want this door to be open.
Peter.
Peter, is that you sniffling? I'm here to rescue you.
What the?
A cozy fireplace? What the hell? I think this is that room we keep seeing in flashbacks? Why would there be a chandelier here? It's way too low of a room. Okay, we're in the handprint room.
Hey there, you must be Ellis. I'm Sheriff Lanning, but you can call me Emmett.
Nothing is spookier than a house that repairs itself.
This is a new start for you, Ellis.
It gives you power. It gives you a chance to hold life in your palm. You touch the twigs and you run your fingers through their bones. You press them down, you break their spines. She watches you. Once you pick them up, she won't let you put them down. And her whispers become sweeter every time you clench your fist. I think that is literally just indicating that every time you pick up one of those little totems and break it, it puts you closer to the bad ending. So, I consider we've broken every one of those that I've encountered. Though the thing I'm not sure about is how you'd get around the ones that Bullet doesn't want to go past.
It
Like,
takes some getting used to, but it can be done.
can you reprimand him into not being afraid of them? I hear panting. I think it was panting. It could have been scribbling, but
Done is done. No point dwelling on the past. This is your chance to do something good, Ellis. Don't waste it.
Come to me. I'm waiting.
okay. Guess we're still on the first floor. Can I not just climb out this window? So I guess what I said originally is correct now that we have more information about how Ellis is touched by the forest and she wants him. You are for her. I also wonder if Carver is going to come back or if he's just out of it now. He's served his purpose. Almost forgot we still had a phone.
Is somebody there? Anybody?
I guess there's only the one channel. Just curious, because we still do have this stuff, surprisingly. I will let you drag me down with you. Okay, so that one is new. Wallet? Is that our wallet? Let's see. Just says leather wallet. If it wasn't so friggin' dark, I might be able to tell whose it was, but... what else do we have? All these dog tags, photos, carved figures, garbage. I guess there's an achievement just for finding all the garbage, so that's all it does. When he's like, ugh, who litters like this? Alright. Sorry, you gotta wait till the door closes before you can open it.
So how many years has it been? 4. I like the quiet.
I guess this is probably the conversation they had right before he killed him. Also, I probably shouldn't have broke that, but...
Oh, you're in a charming mood today. The light. Can anyone hear me?
Turn on the lights.
What?
The headlights. Turn them on.
Wasn't... I was gonna say I don't remember if that was even Carver the first time. I mean, we heard a voice, and it does sound like him. Or is this gonna be the reveal that we are the same person?
Anyway.
Sheriff.
I think we were supposed to kill him there with a shovel. Are you a good man, Ellis?
Don't look.
Those sound like psychiatrist questions. You look, you dead. Follow the path.
Shit. There's no other way. I'll have to sneak past it. Somehow.
Well, it's not like I can turn off the flashlight part of my flashlight combo. Or was it as simple as that? Just look down. I wonder if this is also the one that pounced us when we got all those texts to look up. You know, the sort of boss one. Okay, he's over there. Careful, or your brain will melt by getting too close. Okay, well, I made it to the basement. Or not. Okay, guess I'm not allowed to go down that hallway. No, do not explore off the path. Nose to the grindstone, Ellis. Okay, I think it wants us to go down.
This again.
Conrad. And here I thought I rescued him. Okay, I think this was actually just a collectible corner, so... not the right way to go.
We got a robbery in progress. Convenience store near Burkittsville Road.
Those kids again?
Yeah, probably.
Just like slide into my view for a second. I'm gonna make you look at me. Just you wait.
Ellis, what are you doing out here?
Okay. Camera is the only thing we're allowed to see. I really wish that you did not walk so slow when you were in this view. I guess you can kind of sprint as well. Hey, remember the deer
Do you copy, Ellis?
that we gutted? Nothing quite of a jump scare like legs.
Did you shoot anyone today?
Ellis,
Disappointing.
I think she's disappointed that I didn't kill the sheriff. So yeah, Ellis shot some kid during a robbery. Well, that the kid was, you know, committing.
Ellis, is that you?
Man, they're really getting a lot of use out of this house, considering it's not particularly large.
Shit.
Also, some hand-sized donuts. You need to, like, two-hand those suckers.
Off the record, Ellis. What the hell happened?
Peter Shannon's older brother. And I guess we're supposed to face the fact that that makes us, like,
A local
Which
teenager
connected?
allegedly involved in a convenience store robbery was shot by a police officer arriving at the scene. The suspect was transported to a nearby hospital in critical condition. Local authorities confirmed that the suspect was unarmed. 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 Armed.
The funny part about this, I guess, is that it tries to make it sound like an American police officer shooting an unarmed suspect is at all like something that would be made a big deal out of, because it's usually not. Okay, the trail goes this way. I mean, maybe Ellis feels bad about it, but usually the media wouldn't make that big of a deal.
I'm to blame for that.
What is this hallway? I'm not sure what kind of building this is supposed to
Not where
represent.
it all started, is it?
Oh. I think this is where we're gonna get our flashback to the first time in the woods. Home sweet home.
I've seen this room before.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna touch your weird little stick, but I don't think I can get out of this room without picking up one of these carved figures.
Huh?
Oh, here comes our handsome lad. Hey, is it true you shot your burning face off in basic training? And what?
Hey, shh. He's coming.
Hey, it's the boys. They all here.
Not him again.
Observe this man staring at a wall.
Sir! Sir! Yes, sir.
Freaking butcher.
Sir! Sir! Sir!
Sirs?
Sir. 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 Fuck.
Doesn't look great out there. Was Ellis in a war in hell? Or are those like burning oil fields? Well, it says go this way. But it also seems like there's a wall in the way. Can't go through that door.
Palmer.
This is Foxtrot 1, entering the urban area. Monarch, this is Foxtrot 1. We confirmed enemy soldiers at 2 o'clock. They are unaware of our presence. Out.
Each of the people killed by his, I guess, failure to notice he was leading them into an ambush. I mean, that's a very Resident Evil 7 vibe right here. Walking through this flooded hallway and a corpse floats up. Oh, there we go. He's just gonna sink into the floor, isn't he? Yep, there he goes, swallowed up by the stones. Follow this glowing beam here. Incompetent. Oh, this is a really long one. Initial investigation report. Operation objective status. Unaccomplished. Summary. Due to errors made during the reconnaissance, the enemy forces were aware of the position of our troops. Yeah, it's kind of unclear how much of this is just, you know, Ellis's guilt and PTSD and how much of it is actually supernatural. I can kind of imagine Ellis just being, like, by himself, just wandering through the woods, seeing all these things. So can I really not go through this door? Where the path tells me? Well, I guess it's the path I followed to get here, isn't it? So I'm going backwards. Whoops. Gotta say, this has been going a fair bit longer than I expected. I really was concerned this is going to be like a 20-minute affair. Walk in, stand in basement corner, complete game. And I'm not really sure if this is supposed to make us just feel isolated, so that we should just do what we're told. Seems weirdly judgmental for a murderous entity. Sounds like Mr. Spookums is in here again. I'm sorry, what kind of murder are we supposed to be doing here? What is that? Was that crackling ball of energy down there? It's funny that she tries to force us to do these things, but only, like, tries to stop you once, and it's like, fuck. Okay, I won't break this one this time. Oh, we found the hanging chairs room. It's not the reveal I want. It's the next one. Alright. I knew that collapsing wall would come in handy at some point. But I guess we need to now recollapse it. Because now the door's gone. Gotta get one more of those puzzles in there. Your shadow.
Shit.
Certainly doesn't seem to stay activated for very long.
Calm down. Just calm down.
See, we wouldn't even be having trouble here if we had a dog to hug. All of that brain static would just go away. But yeah, we're pretty much just wandering the same hallways in this as new rooms are spawned in previous spots.
Shut up!
Don't look. The most exciting footage of just staring at the floor so as to not die.
Alan Palmer. Keith Forrest.
Okay. Now we're in like a trench hallway
Mr. Boyce.
over here.
Roscoe.
Oh, never mind. There's just a helmet. I mean, there's a bunch of collapsed concrete here that doesn't seem like it could be in that house.
Because of me.
Oh, hello.
Who's this?
Hey, look.
God
It's
damn it.
everybody. But yeah, I think we have to pick these ones up to get out. Selfish. Okay. Not really sure what that signified, but...
Nothing.
Probably not good for us.
Damn it, Ellis. I can't do this again. Sorry.
See what you've done. Try as you might, you won't do
Damn it, Ellis, just follow orders. Oh, well, now I'm trapped in the room. They've put a texture over where the door was. And Ellis cannot bust his way out through these rotting walls.
Shit! No! Ellis, no! Get a hold of yourself!
Oh, we've been locked in a very tiny square. I like how it goes between calling us a murderer and calling us weak for not murdering. Well, that's not something you see every day. Bleeding lamp. Alright. Sorry, not lamp, just light. If this text just tells me not to look again. Who are you, Ellis? Who indeed? Careful.
I've been waiting for you.
You look, you dead. Okay, there he be. I guess we just have to follow? Okay, well that one doesn't keep going, so... Oh, I guess that is the way to go.
Coward.
Through the threshold.
That's right.
That's not me looking up. It does actually snap your camera to him for those moments.
Your turn. Kill him.
Oh, my head!
When someone tries to scare you but also doesn't want to be too loud.
Oh my god.
That one startled him. Why does it always start on call history? Just start at messages, please. Can't look at yourself in the mirror anymore, can you? Well, there hasn't been a single working mirror in the game, so no. Oop. See? Even here, there ain't no mirror. Yeah. Got a little bit stuck in the wall there. We can go that way or that way. And again, can't pause this one. Why do they need these mandatory tapes if they're not going to work? Alright, Ellis is going to tell somebody else to get in the corner. I guess Peter, probably. Hey, lady, please. trying to watch this tape. Alright, I guess I wasn't supposed to stand there.
The corner. I'll be safe there.
I thought that was a death, but now I'm not sure. But yeah, there's the whole thing where it's like stand in the corner and don't turn around because you'll only get killed if you look.
Get in the corner. Don't look at her.
Alright. So Ellis just watched Ellis and told Ellis to stand in the corner. And now we'll be safe if we stand in the corner. I was trying to find the corner, but apparently it's behind us, not in front. It's this corner. Oh, there we go. Now it's pulling me. It's like, nope, you gotta turn around.
Come on.
It's only pulling to the left, though.
Stop! No, fuck do it! Stop!
This was one of those moments where the people in the remake sequel were really stupid because they're like, oh, we know that we can't turn around and we can't look. But then as soon as she does the, like, I'm gonna mimic somebody's voice you know, they turn around and die. Both of them. One at first and then one later. When she's already seen that trick and still falls for it. Ellis, I'm so disappointed in you. There's a picture of the corner. Was that an empty corner because we weren't taken by her? Alright. My camera has disappeared. My flashlight has not, and I can still zoom in. I think we're coming up to the end here. Here's the basement. I saw somebody in the corner. The hell's that? Oh, is that that's the kid we killed. I don't know who that was. Are these just the people whose photos we found?
Selfish bastard.
Ellis is like, my brain is doing so bad. Slow motion blood. Yeah, I'm looking at it. The game really wants me to look at it because it's pulling my view to it. Hey, look, it's those eyes we keep seeing that may or may not be Jess's eyes. Yeah, she doesn't have them normally. Got another figure.
Filth. Oh, that man lived here. Maybe for years.
So is this just his creepy shrine? He just lived in this room. What's that over there? I'm not sure. It looks like these are numbered, but I think these are, yeah, these are just symbols. I was gonna say, is this just showing all of the ones I picked up throughout the game? Oh, it's got like a little shark head. Alright, I guess we've got the power of the witch in our camera. I'll kill you by aggressively pointing my flashlight at you.
You like that? I'm not done with you!
I have the power of witch and anime on my side.
Die!
Okay, now I don't know how to get out of this floor. Can't jump out the window. I can break the windows. Can't break this pile of junk in the way, though. What's up with this disappearing pile right here? Alright, well, we've got the super camera, but I don't really know how to get past these blockages. Oh. For a second there, I thought we were still trapped by a chair. I mean, he went down here. We broke the windows. Oh. How did I not do that before? Maybe I had to break the windows first. Just ignore this witch-cursed floating piece of wood. Okay. I'm not really sure why we're breaking all the windows, but it seems to be necessary for progress. Can't break the outside, though. Alright. Where did you get off to? It's kind of hard to tell because... So we've got the symbol flashing up here. I mean, I know she said kill them all, and we're kind of doing her bidding here. But all they're doing is disappearing. It's not like we're eviscerating people with our camera. Can't go out that one. Unless we're just erasing his memories of these people.
What the hell just happened? What was that?
Man, that was pretty crazy. What did I even do?
This is it. The basement. I'm finally here.
Yeah, really. It took only, what, like 40 minutes between opening that door and actually getting in here?
Peter, where are you?
Peter, are you in the creepy basement? Peter. Are you in the corner? Again, are these all the collectible photos, and either the ones I didn't get or the ones I did get are showing up here? Or is that just always the same? Yeah, there's the murder shovel. There's the hatch.
Look, he's not here. What now?
Did you really think it would be that easy, Ellis? That the kid would be waiting here for you, so you could save him and go home a hero? No, Ellis. You don't get to do that.
Where are you, motherfucker? Show yourself! I'm gonna kill you with my bare hands. And after what you've done, I'm gonna enjoy it!
So am I. Come on, then. The key is under the table. I'm waiting on the other side.
Wondering what the significance of there being a line on this, like, back pillar is. Alright, well, I guess we'll face off with Carver at least. Somehow I don't think Ellis is walking out of here. Which was kind of what I assumed from the very beginning. Nobody ever succeeds in Blair Witch. Which does make it kind of futile. Oh, and we crawled right into a cutscene. See, again, this just adds more kind of evidence to the, is any of this real? Or is Ellis just running around in the woods by himself? Well, there's Carver, so I guess not entirely by himself. Pretty sure he's real, at least.
No, please.
Oh, hey, there's the eyes.
Shush.
Now we know the actual source.
Please. Shh. Quiet. I'm so sorry. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Brother.
You sick fuck! This is what you get, you fucking piece of shit!
It's over. It's finally over.
Shut up! All those people, children, I will rip your fucking heart out!
Here anymore.
You won't get out of it that easily!
Free.
I won't let you!
She always wanted you to become...
Shut up!
I mean, that makes sense. He wanted us to replace him so he wasn't stuck doing this anymore. Okay. Literally became him instantly. Or were we always him? Oh, hey, Bullet. When did you get your collar back? Ellis gave in to his rage and despair. The cycle continues. Carver was born again. Despite his injuries, Bullet survived. Later found wandering outside the Shannon's house. See? So I think we did save him by, lugging him along. Jess was determined to patch things up with Ellis, but he ignored her efforts, spending more and more time in the woods. Peter's fate remains unknown. I thought we kind of had our resolution moment with her. With no clue to its whereabouts, Sheriff Lanning's body was never recovered from the Black Hills forest. Todd McKinnon's body was found months later in the Tappy East Creek sawmill, so rotten it was nearly beyond identification. I'm not even really 100% sure who Todd McKinnon was, aside from that dead guy in the sawmill that somebody was supposed to be meeting with. So yeah, I would assume that is the bad ending, that we became the witch's pawn. But, like I said before, I read a not entirely spoilery thing that essentially said, hey, if you break those totems or pick up the carvings, those push you towards the bad ending. Or, the more annoying one, if you kill any of those enemies with your flashlight, that also gives you bad points towards the bad ending. Which, apparently, you're able to sneak by them using the camera if you know where they are ahead of time. Because once you've triggered them, you have to fight them. So you're supposed to sneak past them if you want to get the good ending, which that's the kind of bullshit that means you're not going to get the good ending the first time around, so it's really just kind of meant to be like, hey, you want to replay the entire game and try it again? And I don't really. You know, I'm not really that invested in seeing the other ending myself instead of just looking it up. It wasn't a bad game, but as I mentioned before, I was really hoping there would be kind of more game to it than just a previous Bloober game. And there was a little bit more, but just not as much as I wanted. As for the Blair Witch stuff, I feel like this doesn't really significantly kind of build on that at all. Aside from, hey, she has a human servant. Because the Blair Witch does have a decent amount of lore, despite being essentially just 2 movies and some games. And I guess a book as well. Pretty sure there's a book. But yeah, there's kind of it's got its own lore, and this didn't really add or subtract anything from that. Barely even really addressed the fact that there was a witch, aside from Carver just, saying her, and her whispering in her head, but there's no direct, yeah, there's a witch, yo, and she's, super powerful, and some kind of forest spirit or something. And also didn't mention any of the previous lore stuff, which I think that was a point against it for some people. So that's Blair Witch. Again, I'm not going to bother with the good ending, but I'm pretty sure the good ending is not really that much gooder. It's just we don't become Carver and probably just die or something. Ellis's body was found, kind of thing. But I did hear that there was kind of a secret ending thing if you go back to the radio in that one bunker. Apparently, we picked up a battery at some point, and if you do a New Game Plus kind of thing, then you'll be able to put the battery into the radio and get something that's kind of like ending news. I think it might be about Peter, in memory of Rutger Hauer, who did the voice work for the previous Bloober game, Observer, and died after, between that game and this one. So, I think if I load, it'll just put me back into the end, right? So I'm not really sure if New Game does anything different. Well, I guess I'll find out on my own, and as usual, if there is something there, I'll clip it onto the end of the video. Otherwise, I've been Shadefire, this was Blair Witch, and I'm glad you joined me as our search came to an end without really ever finding anything about Peter. No idea what happened to him. Is he dead? Did he just get released because he wasn't important? He was just bait? Who knows? See y'all folks next time. Alright, so I wasn't sure if this was going to get added on because I didn't actually remember picking up the battery. And it turns out I actually did miss the battery. Unlike the thing I read, it actually isn't in the sawmill. It was just in the house at the end of the game. So, I've picked that up, I've completed the game again. You can see there's the battery. And I've played back up here to the bunker where the secret radio message is. But before that, I also picked up a tape. Bullet, please stop.
Bullet!
I picked up a tape that I missed in the playthrough, which is actually pretty important, because it is the talk between Carver and Sheriff Lanning, and frickin' thing does not want to show up now. There we go. So we never got to see this. Aside from those 2 clips at the end.
Oh, you're in a charming mood today.
You dragged me out in the middle of the night to play search and rescue. What mood would you want me to be in?
Oh, not so much this. Why are you recording this anyway?
Yeah, so that's just a little clip of the conversation they have right before Carver kills him. So I guess they did know each other. Alright. So let's get down in the bunker and use our battery.
Is that a bunker?
So 2113. Combination that I just guessed. Though it's not the hardest to guess if 2 of them are in the default position. Alright. Let's open this. Put the battery in.
In other news, the search for a missing boy ends in tragedy. The body of 9-year-old Peter Shannon, who went missing in the Black Hills Forest, was found near Coffin Rock. The official cause of death is yet to be released, but early reports suggest that the boy might have been stabbed. When asked about possible connections to the famous disappearance case from 2 years ago, the police refused to comment.
Alright, so we found out the fate of Peter Shannon in our playthrough, which is that he died. Apparently, you can get different messages in this. It's tied to the ending, but also, I guess, some of the stuff you do throughout the game. So, for us, we failed, and he was killed. Either by Carver or by Ellis when he became Carver. So, that's pretty much everything for Blair Witch now. I'm not going to go through and do the other ending, because it would require to play through the entire game again, with the maybe chance of getting the other ending. There's also, I guess, a tacked-on bit about Bullet, but you have to do a lot of things to, like, build up his good boy meter or something, and I think because I didn't give him the last dog treat, I didn't get that. Also, I didn't notice this when we were playing through this, but apparently this does have photo mode, which I wouldn't have expected for a first-person game, but here it is. Could have been doing thumbnails like this the whole time. Also, you don't really get a good look at Ellis otherwise. I mean, you see him at the beginning of the game inside the truck, but that's about it. So he doesn't look too much like Carver to start with. I still think they sound very similar, though. Alright, that's Blair Witch. I'm glad you guys joined me for the search, and I do hope that Bloober Team continues to kind of delve into more gamey games like this, because they're not bad at making horror. It's just, I wish you had to do more in them. So I look forward to their next game. Anyhow, I'm in Shadefire. Y'all take care.